Happy Tuesday, everybody. We are going to get started with our weekly leadership Zoom. And I just want to say this really quick so that you guys are like, what is going on? I have a doctor's appointment today at 9:45 a.m., which is 12:45. And our Zoom usually goes a little bit longer than that. So at about 12:40, Amanda is going to take over for me asking Jaime questions. And sorry, Jaime. I just messaged Amanda this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just realized I have a doctor's appointment. Can you take over? She's like, yes. So you're going to get half me.
It'll go an hour extra.
You're going to get half of me, half of her, but we'll both have like really good questions. You guys, unless you live under a rock, or you might be brand new and you don't know who Jaime Peca is, Jaime is like, you're going to get a dose of Jaime today. So she's just like a little loud. She's definitely not shy. And you always know where you stand with Jaime. If she don't like you, you're going to know it. Because she'll just tell you on Facebook. I'm just joking. Jaime is amazing. Actually, Jamie's that one person that comes into your business and changes it forever. Jaime came into my business. I came over here a little bit over 3.5 years ago. And I went 200K in 30 days, and then I lost it. And then I lost it for another month. And then Jaime joined me that December, 2 months after I started. And you know that statement, heavy leg? I was just talking about this with Amanda, but we all have like a heavy leg. Jamie's mine. And she's somebody that, I mean, I can't even imagine her not being in my business, not just because of what it's done monetarily for my business, but I just can't imagine her not being part of my business, because over the last 3.5 years, we have become friends. We have become just so much more than this business, which is so cool that we get to do what we do and meet people like this and go on vacations and meet their families. And it's like, what other job do we have that's like this, that people mean so much more to us than just going home at 5 o'clock and writing people off and you don't see each other till the next day at work. That's how cool this is. So I'm super excited because I don't often get to enroll my personally enrolled on this call, but today I do. And Jaime, we're going to start like in the beginning, because there have been so many people. I haven't interviewed you over a year ago on this call. And there's so many people that are new that don't know. I mean, they come in, they hear your name, they know you're 200K, but they don't know how you got there or where you came from or what you're about. So we're going to start like way back. Okay. What were you doing before network marketing? And then did you do anything besides Lavelle? What did that look like? And then how did you find Lavelle? And then we'll go from there.
Okay. So yes, for those of you that do not know who I am, I have been in the network marketing industry for 9 years. Was with a previous company, actually the same one that Lisa was in. And that's actually where I learned of Lisa. I loved her leadership, loved following her. I was not in her organization, but she was always there to lend a helping hand to me. And when I was so burnt out. Has anybody ever been burnt out in network marketing? Like, I was so burnt out, and I just, like, all love was gone. I had no interest in doing network marketing. I thought, like, I was kind of a one-hit wonder. I saw decent success. I always say, like, nobody really knew who I was, but I did over $100,000 a year. And to me, that was a big deal. I was in a good place. And then my whole team just completely collapsed. I just felt like I was no longer aligned with the company that I was with. And I'm the type of person that if I don't have passion attached to my business, I can't do that business. I am not the type of person that can just sell ice to Eskimo if it's not something that I believe in. So I left that company in October of 2016 and watched Lisa for a few months. I was so curious as to why she left and what she was doing, and I followed her. And I remember messaging her saying, I'm exhausted. Right after I left my previous company, I actually started a home-based business that I just from scratch. I had no interest in joining another network marketing company. Yeah, Amanda, I literally did swear off of network marketing. I was just so, like, numb to even thinking about joining another one. So I'm an entrepreneur, and I started another company, and I invested in some equipment, and I did promotional stuff for clothing and mugs and all of this fun stuff. And I worked probably 18 hours a day. My poor mom follows me everywhere I go. She's my biggest cheerleader, but she worked more than she has probably in her 60 years of life. And we did great. We did great, but I was never around for anything. And so I started to get a little bit curious as January came in, and Lisa was so smart. And, you know, we talk about the power of samples, you guys. Well, she was freaking smart with sampling, because she put in a box. She didn't send me out a 3-day sample. She sent me out like a 10-day sample on top of all of the other things in the box, because she knew. I said to her, don't tell me about the compensation plan. I don't want to hear about the business. I want nothing to do with anything but the products. If you can help me get out of bed, not nap in the afternoon, I'm golden. I'll be one of your best customers. And she did. She sent me out a box, and I stocked the mail for days because it was coming from Arizona to Canada. And I think I know on day one, I messaged her in the afternoon, and I felt a little buzzy. Like, I knew I felt different. I was like, okay, I'm feeling some things. This is cool. But the thing that hooked me was I went to go have my afternoon nap at 2:00 in the afternoon. And after like 30 or 40 minutes of laying there and getting pissed off, I realized that I was not having my afternoon nap. And lo and behold, somebody who was selling me a product was selling me the real deal. Like, it actually did what it said. And so I messaged her right away and was like, dude, I don't know if this is like in my head placebo sort of thing, or if this is actually doing it, but I need to get this in the hands of a couple of other people. And Amanda Arnett is one of my best friends, and I was on the phone with her right away. I was like, dude, you have to freaking try this. And at this time, we called Lavelle the Crack Patch. We didn't actually know Lavelle was called Lavelle. We thought it was called Thrive. And we made fun of this company all day long. So I was having a hard time even contemplating sending this to other people, because Amanda and I made fun of this company so bad that I was like, we're going to look like a-holes, like for real a-holes. But I was loving how I was feeling. And so I know, Chas, you love me. Anyways, I messaged Lisa right away, and I was like, you need to get these to Amanda Arnett. We need to get Amanda Arnett on a call right now. And then I need to send this to Sarah Fryer, and I need to send this to Sasha and Brian Wichette from Canada. And those were my 3 people. Oh, and Dawn, I think I sent it to Donna Pettigrew as well. But I remember being like, if they hear me out and they're interested, these are my people that I know will tell me if I'm hella crazy or if this is a good move. And so Lisa was so smart and sent those samples right away. She got these out in the mail. My peeps tried the products, and she told me about the compensation plan, and I was freaking blown away. I was so blown away. And so my ears were perked a little bit. Yeah, Amanda was like, this is going to give me a heart attack. I've heard it gives people heart attacks. I really don't think
the other thing that I remember we did too, like, you weren't just getting on the phone with people. You weren't even telling them what it was. You were saying, we got to get on a Zoom with Lisa. Like, I was getting on FaceTimes and calls with people immediately, and I was explaining what everything was. You kind of just weren't explaining anything because you didn't know yet. Yeah. And I think that's like one of the smartest things that people need to know is, yes, sampling is key, but so is getting that third-party credibility in someone's face, because Amanda was not sold until we did a 3-way call, and she was like, okay, whatever, Jaime. And then she needed to hear it from one more person. Yeah. And I think that that's so huge. Not enough people use that. And when people talk about the speed, I mean, let's talk about it. I went 200K in 30 days. You went 200K in like 40 days or less than that. I don't even know. And we had that kind of speed. Amanda went really quick too. Like, we had that kind of speed because we continued to, I mean, all we did was phone call after Zoom, after Zoom, after Zoom, after Zoom, after Zoom. I was on at least 5, 6, 7 Zooms a day. Yeah. Talking to someone else. It was crazy. And it was that so kind bad. Of speed.
Amanda put a Band-Aid over her camera and deleted her name on Zoom so nobody would know that she was on the Zoom until she said something. And she's got such a Southern accent that she was like, she probably said something with like, what do you say, Amanda? Window, bro, I don't know. You say something with an L that doesn't have L. Yeah, you said fuck. And everyone knew it was Amanda Arnett. It was the funniest thing. But you guys, the power of the three-way calls and Zooms was like, it was so quick that it was like, okay, next. I didn't say anything. I was just like, hey, this is my girl, Lisa. I don't know a lot about these products, but I know what they've done for me and I know how they make me feel. You need to talk to her. And people just got on. They didn't even question why they were on or who they were talking to. It wasn't even really a conversation. They just got on and listened. And by the end of it, Lisa sold it. People were signed. And literally by the 15th of January, I feel like we had like 5 or 6 days to prep. And when I made that decision and my peeps, my core peeps were like, yep, okay, we're here for this. We decided we had 5 days to make sure that each of us hit VIPs, that we were like so in the zone that I remember staying up on the 14th of January. We stayed up until midnight. We didn't wait until the next day when we woke up. We stayed up until midnight and I enrolled. We had so many problems. Like we were doing it so quickly and none of us knew what the frig we were doing, that we were like trying to do all of the things and people were like creating emails wrong and all of this stuff. But we literally signed up. I want to say we signed up like 12 people as soon as midnight hit, and people were hitting their VIPs in the middle of the night because we were so jacked up and ready to rock.
So obviously you went 200K super quick, and that is not the norm. Like that's the one thing I want to say on here is going 200K in less than 2 months is not normally what happens. I mean, I would say probably there's a handful of people that have done that in Lavelle. And they've all been on Chastity's team. Chastity set the precedent coming in, doing it in like 30 days. And then I think anybody that's done it within that time frame, within a 2-month time frame, has been on Chastity's team. I could be wrong, but I think so.
Right.
So,
but I don't think the message changes. Like, yes, that's not the norm, but I still don't think the message changes. I think how we did that and how it was set up so strategically, like we were so intentional with what that looked like, that it could be just hitting your VIP 800 and just having a plan right out of the gate and being so intentional that whether you go 200K or you go VIP 800, the message is still the same. We knew what we had in front of us, and we knew that we needed a plan in place, and we knew that we needed a third-party validation to seal the deal and move to the next. And I think that more than anything, that duplication is so key for anybody's business.
Yeah, I just don't understand why people don't listen. I don't understand why you're not listening, people. Like, seriously, it was that method. And then we told everybody that came in, you need 2 customers and 2 promoters. Go find that right now, because right when you sign up, we want you to VIP. And people were doing it.
Yeah.
And they weren't just people in network marketing. I get that all the time. That's not the case. People were joining us that had wanted nothing to do with our last business. It's because of Lavelle was so different, you know. So as you came in, you go 200K really quick. Now let's dig into, you know, it's been 3.5 years. Let's talk about the crap. Let's talk about that for a little while, because it wasn't just we hit 200K quick and it's been sunshine and rainbows since then. We have been on an up and down roller coaster, because that's what network marketing is. What are some things that stick out to you, you know, that, I don't know, talk about the things that scare you in your business, and talk about some of the things that have happened over the last 3 years that you were like, what the heck?
Yeah. So I think more than anything, this last 3.5 years has been truly eye-opening. Personally, as somebody who came in and had to learn how to develop those leadership skills and really be intentional with how I self-develop. There's a lot of things that I have had to learn and continue to have to learn and grow. I mean, I'm a little bit of a firecracker. I swear like a trucker. That doesn't appeal to everybody. I'm okay with that. But I also need to know how to push people the right way, and how to run with people the right way, and how not to get discouraged when people don't run how I run. You know, some tough things is people are nasty sometimes. And, you know, you've got the poacher mentality of like people come in and develop their network and see some quick success for a wee bit. And then they're on to the next best thing, which is literally, to me, it's the dumbest thing you could do. It's network marketing suicide. Like we get as network marketers a very small chance to find something, stick with it, see it through. And most people are too lazy. They're too lazy to see it through. They don't have the commitment that most have to see it through. And they decide that there's something greener or something flashy and that they're going to move to the next thing. That works for a little bit, but I have yet to see anybody in our organization in 3.5 years. And I'm just being real. I'm not saying because we are the end all be all. I think that we have our hands on gold. But it's disheartening to see people that come in, give it half-ass effort, and then try and poach or do things shady and leave for different companies. And then, I mean, we have a handful of people that have done that and then come back. So that has been something that is very difficult for me because I'm a loudmouth. So I usually call people out. I've had to just sit back and be like, you know what? It is what it is. That's their journey. And if that's what they choose to do and tarnish their name as somebody as in network marketing, I mean, our word is only as good as our actions. And if we fail to follow through and are always on to the next best shiniest thing, we look like we're lying about everything. We look like we truly don't believe in what we sell. We're just looking for a quick buck, and that's never the person that I want to look like. So yeah, does shit get hard sometimes? 100%. You know, one of the things that I wrote on my list of things that I wanted to talk about today was ditch the drama. I am so effing over the drama. I can't even tell you. Like, I'm done. I said to Lisa yesterday, June fucking 1st, I am done. You don't have something proper to say in my inbox? Next. You want to announce that every 5 seconds that you had it and you're leaving for a different company? Next. I don't have time for that. I have a small chat. Heather's on it. We've got Shannon and Jamie, and I've got a small core group of girls that are so laser focused on 4 and 12K that I don't have time for the BS and drama and high school crap that a lot of people allow into their business. Yes, is it discouraging? 100%. Yes, is it annoying? 100%. But if you took 5 seconds to acknowledge and blow fire and fan that flame, it's just gonna take over your business. So in June, in May, I let it take a big part of my business. And that is my job as a leader sometimes. But June, we are doing big shit. We've got big, big, big things happening. And I will not give this 5 seconds of my time. If you are not all in, committed, drama-free, excuse-free, I don't have time for it. And so as a leader, those are some of the things that we get to deal with. And maybe you're, you know, a couple months or 6 months or 8 months into this business and you're experiencing this. Let me give you a little ounce of truth. Be done with it. Don't engage in it. Don't gossip about it. Don't screenshot and send things to people. Don't always have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Just go all in and decide that this is your commitment. This is your 90-day plan. These are your goals every day, and you're going to hit it. And it's not going to be a one-stop shop of like, oh, I'm kind of in, okay, today was a crappy day. I'm out. I'm out.
Oh, you're done. Okay.
Oh,
are you done?
I'm done.
You know, it is like one of the things I think people don't understand that we deal with, honestly, is drama. Like, I think people aren't prepared for that. And as your team grows, it's inevitable. I mean, unfortunately, not everyone's going to get along, and not everyone. Yeah, I think our biggest pet peeve, both of us, is when somebody says, I'm just going to quit. And these are the reasons they say they're going to quit. They say they're going to quit because they're going to make somebody above them money that's not helping them. That one right there blows my mind. Like right away, I'm like, you know what? Go ahead, because you're going to quit over something.
Yeah, I'm going to tell a quick story, and you guys, well, it's recorded, so I guess it could get out, but I'm going to trust my Facebook family right now. When I first joined Lisa Fuller, I joined, and I think I was a 40K. Lisa will remember this, and she'll want to vomit in her mouth. I got a report. I assigned into my back office, and in my back office, it said, your account is temporarily suspended without pay Now keep in mind, there was a $40,000 bonus attached to my rank advancement, okay? I was brand new, I was full of fire, and I was confused as F. And I'm like, what? And it said I had created a duplicate account and that I needed to be under that person and none of the volume that was in my organization in that week. $40,000 in sales was not going to be transferred over. And I remember calling Lisa, I was shaking. I couldn't even think straight. And I thought, well, the first time I enrolled was the first time I'd ever seen that back office. So, but then I was questioning myself going, oh my God, like at one point did I sign what, like, I have no idea. And so a couple of hours later, I was like, oh my God, I remember this girl from our previous company who was related to Amanda Arnett. I messaged her because she had left and I'd said, hey, what are you doing? I was just being nosy. And she said, give me your email. I'll send you some information. I have the attention span of my sandal, okay? So like I gave her my email and I've never even thought about it again. I was like, well, it'll come into my inbox and I'll see what happens. Never thought about it again. Well, this girl had signed me up for a customer account, never told me, and then reported me when she saw that I signed up with Lisa Fuller. Now, I could have chosen to do two things. I could have chosen to curl up in a ball and end my business and been like, I'm done. People want to act like that already. Like, I'm done. I can't do this. I'm out. See you later, Lise. Good luck. Blah, blah, blah. But you know what I did? And this was not very nice, but I would still do it again today. I sent her an email and told her how terrible a person she was and that kind of karma will catch up to you in your business. And I said, at conference in 2 months, I'm going to walk across that stage as a 200K and I'll blow you a kiss. Well, I did it in 42 days. So I blew her a virtual kiss because she blocked me on Facebook. But to me, I don't need to prove myself to anybody. I don't care if I'm making somebody in my upline money. I don't care. If you're not as good as me, you're not making as much money as me. So I use that as fire and fuel to my business. I was like, oh, honey, you are going to regret doing that because you are going to see what kind of business you just lost. You were my friend. I thought you were my friend. And now you are somebody that I won't think twice about, except for when I walk across that stage and I give you a little wink and a wave. That was the fuel to my fire right there. So people can choose to get all salty and waste your time and energy on the chaos and the drama and the BS over there. You're making your upline money, or this girl's stealing this, or blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, oh, honey, I'll meet you at the finish line and I'll have a seat waiting for you. Just use it as your fire. You don't need to compete with people that are on your level. You should be looking forward, not backwards. And the people behind you are behind you for a reason, because that's the games that they play. So yes, Lisa, we don't have time for that. And nobody in this call right now, you're a leader if you're on this call. You have taken time out of your day to get on this call. Start treating it like people are sitting behind you. Blow them a kiss and wish them well.
Yeah, and I think what people don't understand is the beauty of network marketing is, guess what? The best revenge, like let's say you signed up and then you have an upline that just isn't working or doesn't help you. Pass them. Pass them. Make more money than them. Yeah. I mean, and here's the other part is they have to match your effort. I mean, I see people in our downline that they have a rock star leg. I mean, a killer, crazy leg, and they're making nothing because they're not doing what they need to do on their other side. So, I just think that is a lame excuse. And in my personal opinion, if someone's going to let someone else dictate their success, if someone is going to let you quit make you quit that easily, then you're just going to quit no matter what you do in life. You know, it's just an excuse. And I think that the other thing is just dealing with people not liking someone else. And I mean, that's also the beauty of this business is we have several uplines. Guess what? Yeah. You don't like one person, go to another person. There's people in my business that don't care for me that go to Jaime and she's my downline. I don't care. Yeah. As long as they're getting help, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I want everyone to succeed. And I think that's the difference between really good leadership and people that just can't get over themselves. We get like that big head of, I've got to be the leader. Who cares who the leader is as long as people are succeeding? Like, no one cares. I also, 3.5 years and going 200K super quick. I mean, pretty much you've been through who you know. You've been through you've been through your network. Anybody in your family that was going to join you probably did, friends, and you're constantly working it. But like, how do you 3.5 years later continue to grow your network? And I mean, I know your PPA is great right now. How do you continue to like sign people all the time?
Yeah, I was just talking to Danny about this the other day, and like she's in a promoter slump, and I was too. I am used to being a mass enroller for promoters. I love talking about this business. I love talking about this compensation plan. Like it's just such an easy sell for me because I'm so passionate about this industry and this company. But I went into like a couple months of a funk. Now that was also because my personal development was not where it needed to be and I was getting distracted, but it was also because I was letting all the crap and chaos into my life and into my ear every day that I was just so unfocused. And I came back and had a heart to heart with Lisa, and it was not a nice conversation, but that's what uplines and friends do. That's what we're here for. Sometimes, I mean, I know Danny comes to me and she's like, ugh, I got to sit down for this because this is not going to be pretty. But like, we need that as promoters and as entrepreneurs. Sometimes you just need somebody to give it to you straight and be like, listen, bitch, get your shit in gear because this is not okay. This is not how you grow your business, and things are not on the rails right now. And so I had that conversation and it was not nice. And I needed to evaluate like what I was doing, where I was at. Was I focused? Was I distracted? Like, what was I doing to not feel what I was feeling? And so I put my stuff on paper and I was like, you're right. I'm not connecting here. I'm not plugging in here. I'm not doing the do anymore. I was in like, just like a robot mode. And so when I decided that I was like, okay, time to start leading from the front, I always say to people, I'll never ask my team to do something that I was not willing to do myself. And I was doing that. I was sitting back and I was letting just the business run. And I'm blessed to be able to have an organization that if I went missing for a month, it's still going to run without me, but that's not fair to the people in my organization. And so I had to get my head straight. And when I did, my focus went from promoters to customers. And you guys, my PPA was 14 just by showing my customers how to thrive for free. So I may have the excuse that my warm market is no longer my warm market, but that's just an excuse. I need to be adding to my people every day on Facebook. I got rid of so many Lavelle promoters that as much as I love you, you can follow me. We don't need to be friends. We see each other on Zoom calls and at events, but my network on my Facebook needs to be people that are brand new or that I'm creating new relationships with. And honestly, the second that changed, my business started to explode. I was signing customers that were learning how to sign 5 and 6 referral customers. And then now they're interested in the business. And now I've got new people that are signed up as promoters and they're growing their business as VIPs. So there just isn't an excuse not to have a warm market because our job as promoters every day is to continuously grow our network. Maybe you have to join a new group. Maybe you need to post about your chickens. Maybe you need to talk about your dogs more and find some groups that, like, however you need to do that and start adding and growing your network, that's what you need to do. That's your job. And so I switched that mindset and started growing my network again. And bam, my PPA started to explode. So no, I'm still not in a promoter phase right now. I'm okay with that. I'm not upset about it. I'm still working with people in their VIPs. So that's why we have a great VIP report, but I'm okay with being in that promoter phase of my business or that customer phase of my business. I know that those customers will start falling in love with the products. I'm going to teach them how to thrive for free. And then those customers are going to naturally turn into promoters.
So speaking of like working with people in their VIP, I know like you kind of started a group and like that's where your focus has been.
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, let's face it, okay, I have an amazing leader under me, okay? I go when I'm needed, right? But you got your business handled, and then Amanda's under you. You're not up Amanda's butt every day like, Amanda, you should be doing this and that. Like, Amanda takes care of her team, which allows you and frees you up to work with your VIP people. And I think that that's huge to like mention, because I think so many people aren't creating that layered leadership. And it's not just because Amanda's a 200K. Amanda started handling her business day one, and you're going to find people like that. Your time, I don't care what level you are, your time should be spent with people that are new. people that are going for 4K, 12K, 40K. I mean, that's where you should be at all times. And then obviously, you know, if you need me, I'm here to your other people that are growing. What are you doing with those people? Like, or more, I guess, specifically, when you sign up someone new, what do you do to kind of walk them through those first 14 days?
So 14 to 21 days are so huge in everybody's business. And so that new chat that I have, which honestly has given me so much life, it's with people that are in their VIPs, but also people that are pushing for 4K, also people that are pushing for 12Ks. To me, those are the life of our business. And so the time that I have spent there, it was like, for example, in our month end, I'm always working with people that are in their VIPs. I want people to know how to thrive for free, first and foremost. But after that, I want them to be able to offer the opportunity to people and get me in three-way chats. I use my car bonus every single month and I transfer those into credits. And my brand new people in VIPs each get $25 for each Thrive Experience customer that they bring in their VIP period. So I'm not using those for myself. I'm offering them as incentive to brand new people coming in so they can hit those goals fast and hard right out of the gate. But more importantly, you guys, the people that are in my chat for 4K and 12K, some of these people have been with me for a year. Some of these people have been with me for 2 years, but they are so full of fire right now. But that's where my passion is. That's where my focus is. For month end last month, I literally went into my office. I grabbed every piece of product that I have. I locked arms with Danny because she's my American pal, and stuff that I needed to get to people quickly. I was like, listen, I'm going to throw you some credits in there, which I have not done. And you can order the products and get them sent out for me. And all I was doing was saying, hey, it's month end. I have a couple of boxes of Activate. It's one of my favorite products, but I'm going to give it every time you sign a Thrive customer of 150 or more, 195 Canadian, I'm going to mail you out Activate or a bottle of Sculpt or Balance or whatever that looks like. But that is what I was doing. It doesn't have to be me giving cashback incentives or giving legs to organizations that I don't get paid on or whatever. It's everybody has the opportunity. Everybody has an auto ship. Everybody has products, whether you have an extra, maybe you have a week's worth of samples that you can say, hey, for the next 10 people that bring in a customer on the Thrive Experience, I'm going to send out a mini experience for you. Or like, it just doesn't have to be anything big, but I just really was laser focused in getting those new customers in the system and making sure that everybody was hitting their goals. And another thing that we're doing is, you guys, every morning, somebody in our organization, I know Britt does it, I know that Megan does it, post your daily targets. That keeps you accountable. You should be posting there going like, bam, hit it. Today, if you want to be on track for 12K, you should have $800 in volume. Today, if you want to be on track for 2K or 4K, you should have 130, 260 in volume today. Like, you need to stay focused and decide that every day you're not going to fall behind. And if you do, you're going to make it up the next day. You need to break it down. If I need to be at 300 in volume today, that's too many experiences. I better get my ass in gear. So it's just so important to just break it down. You don't have to work with your next 200K, but you should be working with your VIPs and your 4Ks.
What do you think over the last 3.5 years, like if you had, I don't know, two lessons that you've learned, like the biggest lessons you've learned that you're like, okay, every single person on here needs to know these things so that they don't do this or so they do this. What are they?
I know you and I love the compensation plan, and I think so many mistakes are made from our waiting room or not knowing how to utilize your waiting room. I tell people, when you're trying to build your business, it's not our job to build other people's businesses in our organization. Are we able to sometimes? Yes, that's the beauty of our waiting room, and that's the beauty of our comp plan, that we have 60 days to move people in our waiting room. My focus always, and this is why my paychecks are so bomb, is I focus on my personally enrolled people and my top 4 levels. If you're placing below that, it doesn't mean that you can't work there, you guys. There's a big difference. You can work in those levels. I think if anybody's working, the cream is going to rise to the top, and those people will make it in your pay line. So don't like misconstrue that I don't work with my people in those levels. But it doesn't make money sense, and we're all in here to make some money. We're all in here to grow our paychecks and build a business. And if we all took some time to understand what our compensation plan does, which is working in your first 4 levels. If you're a 200K, you get paid in your 8 levels. And working with your personally enrolled people, you will maximize the comp plan to the millionth degree. When you make most money by your personally, this is the cool part about our compensation plan. This was one reason why I joined Lavelle, was that and on my old company, the higher people got personally enrolled or not, I lost money. So if I hit a rank and somebody ranked up below me, my paycheck would go down, which makes absolutely no sense. So Lavelle got it right, but people don't understand that when you have a personally enrolled person who starts hitting ranks, bam, 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 your paychecks start to grow. When you have a personally enrolled hit 200K, like your paycheck will start to grow by the thousands. So it's in your best interest to really understand what your organization looks like, how to work it, where to move. This is where you should be speaking every month before the waiting room closes, who you've got where, what your organization looks like, making sure that your people have 8 qualified and active people, so those check matches are 40% and not 20, making sure that people's car bonus is on point. Like, you need to dissect our compensation plan to make sure that you are hitting every single thing to show people how to make money and max it out, because I hate leaving money on the table. And it sucks when you see people, like, I actually just had somebody message me today. I have a promoter that didn't get credits. So we need to understand that now our customers don't have to choose auto ship, but you're not going to thrive for free if your customer is not ordering on auto ship. Yes, is that annoying? 100% it is, but it's our job as promoters to make sure that when you look, there's a little shopping cart beside that person's name and they've clicked auto ship and now you're thriving for free. Same with our customers. So that is one of the biggest things that I would say a lot of people don't do properly and miss a lot of money, especially earlier on, having like 24 legs wide. We don't need to have 24 legs. I'm not saying grow wide. I think that growing wide is very beneficial. However, I also think that you need to learn the compensation plan properly. Maybe this is something that we need to like do a Zoom call. I know that can get kind of crazy because there's so many different variables, but understanding our compensation plan is a really big piece to the puzzle.
I agree with a lot of people don't understand that 8 personally enrolled and active. Once you get to like 40K, obviously at that point you probably have enrolled 8 promoters. You want to make sure that they're all active, which means they are either ordering product or customers are ordering product. They've got to be active promoters, because if they are, that is a 40% check match. That's like a lot of money compared to 20%. So you guys, there's little things about the compensation plan that you can maximize it. A lot of people will say, well, why is this 40K making so much more than this 40K? Well, how many people is that 40K enrolling personally? How much are they working their business compared to the other 40K?
Yeah.
There's so many variables that there's ways, to maximize this comp plan that we forget about. It's so true. Yeah. Amanda, I'm about to pull in and go into this appointment, so I'm going to let you take over and ask Jamie some questions.
Yay.
Hi, Lisa.
All right. Awesome. Bye, Lisa. Have a good appointment.
Bye.
So I'm super excited that I get to ask Jamie some questions. I was like, Lisa was like, can you take over? And I was like, hell yeah, I can. For a couple reasons, guys. I mean, for the simple fact that honestly, Jamie and I are like, it's like fuel on the fire. Like, we like to compete against each other. And I want to go on that because I know Jamie also likes to compete. And she knows I'm the first one to be like, hey, she's like, I bet you I'll beat you. I'm trying to keep my mouth clean. But I'll beat you to, VIP or 4 promoters or 4 customers or whatever. And I'm like, especially if she challenges me, I'm all down for it. So Jamie, I want you to talk about that though, because, it's so easy when people get started to get distracted and need to know all things, right? And even as we're talking on this and we were talking about the compensation plan and maximizing the compensation plan, I've seen a lot of people over in the comments. They're like, yeah, we need to do that. I need to, really dig into that and so forth. Right. So with that being said, Jamie, how much did we really understand in the compensation plans when we were running?
I knew that I had to bring 2 customers in and 2 promoters and hit $800 in sales to get the 60 in my bank account on Tuesday.
So listen, I know Jamie so well. So guess what I have right here? VIP bonuses. I knew exactly what she was going to say because I want you guys to understand that there is no point in learning that effing compensation plan if you don't have a team that you are going to make money on anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reality of it is if you don't help people get successful right away with whether they're thriving for free or, going VIP, if you don't keep it straightforward and simple, then you're not going to succeed. And there's no reason to learn how you're going to make that money. Where would I tell you to focus on the compensation plan? When you're at probably 40, 80, 200K, and you have a team that is steadily growing and you're not satisfied with your check, then I would dig a little deeper into the compensation plan. Until you get there, focus on customers, focus on your customers thriving for free, focus on those people turning into promoters that go VIP 800, VIP 1600, and teaching them how to do the exact same. The duplication needs to be the focus when you're first getting started. Jamie, also, I know that you also, you talked a little bit about it. You and Lisa talked a little bit about it, really kind of rediscovering yourself through this process. And I know Jamie and I also, when she had that conversation with Lisa, Jamie and I also had that same, a pretty similar conversation. And it was all, guys, you can get really lost in this whole process as you're growing. But something you also said was you listened. Okay. You listened to what Lisa had to say. You listened to what I had to say. And then we all grew from it.
Yeah.
We all grew from it.
I would say, like, don't be that asshole. Don't be that person that asks a question and then doesn't follow through with it at all. Because there's nothing worse than somebody who is not coachable. Because what that tells me is you want to waste my time, but then you don't want to do anything that I just told you to do. There's nothing in my eyes, there is nothing worse than somebody who is not coachable, because that tells me that they think that they've arrived, they're done growing, they are the end all be all, and their business is exactly where it is. So you wouldn't be coming to me if you had questions, right? You wouldn't be coming to me if you were happy with your business. So take a second and listen. I'm a loudmouth, and I have a very hard time with acknowledging when I'm wrong. And I was not nice to Lisa. Like, my first half hour of that message was not a pretty one, but she can appreciate that I'm a hothead and that I needed a little bit of time to just be like, okay, I'm going to check myself. I'm going to acknowledge where I'm at in my business. Do things need to change? Am I happy with my paychecks? Yes, I'm happy with my paychecks. That was not the issue whatsoever. I was lost in the shuffle. And, there's another thing that leaders don't talk about very much. I am blessed to have insane leadership. Danny Springett, Kaylee Croup, Amanda, Sarah Fry. I have a lot of leaders that don't need me at all. And it's
that's not true.
Oh, Jesus. What you said. Oh, sorry, Siri. That just scared the crap out of me. I don't mean that you guys don't need me. I mean, we have such wicked layered leadership that there's so much happening that I kind of lost where I was and where I was needed. And that wasn't on my leaders. That was on me. That was me having a little bit of a pity party and feeling lost in the shuffle and not knowing where I belonged. And I needed to just, pivot is so overused right now, but I needed to pivot and reevaluate where my time needed to be spent. And my fire is back because I'm working with people in the trenches. And I know Amanda is the exact same way. Like, we are so red that even if it's not our VIPs that we're working for, working with those VIPs and those people pushing so freaking hard, that is the excitement. I know, Heather, you were going for 4K. There's so much excitement with seeing other people succeed that I just needed to take a step back and reevaluate where I was at in my business and what my passion was, and get passionate with those people that were running for success again.
Yeah. And Jamie was open to listening to that, guys. And the thing is that, and this is, I hope every single one of you guys take a lesson right now. So I don't know if you guys did it, but for each one of you guys that maybe have a team that's 12K and higher, and the reason why I said 12K and higher is because if you don't have a team that's 12K and higher, you probably don't have a lot of people that are like really, really working in your organization. So you need to focus on the team that's currently there, and what's happening, right? But as Jamie was talking earlier, and this is all comes down to the being coachable and being open. I know that Jamie's PPA is better than where my PPA is. I know that she's signing customers and she's got some personals going for 4K and pushing for 12K. And you know what, guys? Just like Jamie, I also have been in that same, like, I mean, my PPA is good. It's not great, but it's good. It's steady. I can sign massive amounts, but it's all we get lost in where we're at. So like Jamie's talking about having a 4K and 12K chat. And I said, I went immediately, I went to my personally enrolled chat and I said, if you're not 4K or 12K, or you need to re-rank at 4K or 12K and you haven't been there, if you're interested, let's get in a chat together. I can help you with your VIPs. We can focus on your, your VIPs. We can focus on where it is that you're maybe struggling, how we can grow from there and get you moving forward, right?
And remember, you guys, don't get caught up in my chat is not, I have to approve people that come in.
Yep.
I don't need drama in that chat. It isn't a chatty chat. We encourage each other, but like there has to be that balance because we don't need to spend all day in a chat. There's no need to have a million chats. So make sure that you're not just making a chat just to have a chat. Every morning we say good morning, what the goal is for the number for the day. When people sign customers, they change the color and screenshot that they've signed a customer, and then that's it. And if a new promo comes out or a call like this is on, we make sure that those people are connected and plugged in. But that's it. It isn't a spot to have a million people chatting because that's distracting. And I will remove people from that chat. Same with drama. There's not drama that exists in that chat. If it is, delete. You're out of the chat. It's not even a question. So that chat. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and that is the precedence though, that every single one of you guys should have if you have a chat. And I can tell you, we have gotten lost in them. I'm in 1,000 million chats right now. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I cannot even open them because the second that I start opening these chats, I get lost in them. Okay. And that's a lesson that I think we both can share with you. And Jamie used to piss me off so bad. She would be in a chat and she would leave a chat and I'd be like, don't you realize when you do that, everybody else leaves, Jamie? But I get it now. I get why she does that now. It's because if not, you're stuck in that cycle. So with that, you were open to learn, you were open to learn. And because of that, I also was able to learn and each one of you guys are able to learn because see, I think sometimes you were talking about being bigger than your britches. And, you had a real humbling moment, when you had those conversations with Lisa and, even me. But the thing is that we had to have this conversation because you guys, that's how you grow though. You have to be willing to admit when you are in that place and that, you need that growth. And Jamie, I know you've done some different personal development things. And different ways that you've grown and tapped into different leadership and so forth. And here's the thing, guys, is like, and I want you to understand that you can get so easily distracted even with that stuff too, right? And I think that's really what it comes back to is that, Jamie, you got refocused in on the things that you were struggling with, which was just getting back in your business, finding your place in leadership. You guys, in leadership, Jamie, something you don't know about Jamie, and you mentioned it briefly, but I don't know, people might not have heard it, is that you doubted yourself as a leader. You doubted yourself if you could, how you could lead, how you could connect with people. And I think because your personality is so bold and you talk to everybody, that maybe people don't pick that insecurity that you yourself have in that. So leading a massive organization, what would you tell people that are coming in that feel like that same insecurity of not having that confidence of stepping into that leadership?
So I think more than anything, what I learned was that I didn't need to do everything. I didn't need to be on every single call. I didn't need to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning and on the 10 o'clock call at night. I didn't need to try and run everything. I didn't need to be in every message thread. And I just felt like I was pulled in so many directions that I had no idea what I needed to be a part of. And I love where I'm at right now. I love that I can pick and choose the call. I mean, my personality, as much as Amanda and I are very much alike, I don't love doing lives. And I need to be inspired and then I go live and train. Whereas Amanda, I feel like is just inspired all the time. But like we just lead very differently. And I needed to stop comparing, like I needed to be that type of leader, or I needed to run a Facebook page or have tips and tricks on my Facebook. Like that is not me, and I needed to find what my leadership looked like. So what my leadership looks like is I have a personally enrolled chat that I'm in when I need to be in. And I'm doing better at reaching out to the people that I've enrolled to connect and make sure that they feel supported. And I'm learning how to do that better and better every day. I'm still not perfect at it. My passion as a leader is working in the depths of my organization for the people that are in their VIPs, 4Ks, and 12Ks. That is where my passion is. And that's where I know I can give 100%. And I needed to be okay with not feeling like I had to have a piece of every part of the puzzle. And so when I know that Amanda's got Monday night motivation, and when I can get on, I get on, and when I can help lead, I help lead, and it's there for everybody. And Tuesdays, we've got Lisa who runs these, and she brings in different people, and I don't need to have a piece of that every single Tuesday. And so it was just finding what worked in balance with my business, because I was finding that I felt like I was drained as a leader and uninspired as a follower.
And Jaime, with that said, because we're coming up on the top of the hour, I really, and you guys are probably going to have like the biggest paychecks that we've ever had, ever in the history of like Lavelle. I'm telling you right now, especially if you had GOAT and you had a really good last week, like mind blown. But with that said, you just said something that is so key. And I think that Jaime and I were both falling into this for a minute, is that recreating the wheel and trying to add to different stuff that, you know, just wasn't our strong suit. Like, you guys, I'm gonna be honest, Kayla Fox's emails that she sends out every day, like they're freaking gold. They're gold. Why would I go duplicate? Like, why would I go? Stacy does a Zoom every Sunday that I love getting on and being just somebody that gets on and listens and is inspired and hears stories from my organization, but also sidelines that she pulls in, and I have nothing to do with it but sit back and learn. And I want you guys to realize that you don't need to do everything. Okay, you can utilize, and you don't have to recreate. Chas has the vault like set up and put a lot of energy into that. Like, these emails or this bot can go out, and the same thing, like I said, Kayla has these emails that go out. They're perfect. They're wonderful. Tap into other things that you see other people are doing wonderfully, and find what it is that you're doing, you know, that draws your passion. And that's what Jaime got back to. She got back to where her passion was.
So I'm going to say this saying, and anybody that was with me in our previous company, you can't say anything because it does hold a lot of meaning, but we just take it a little bit differently because it's so gross. But anyways, it's not gross. It's just attached to somebody. But this saying,
I already know what you're going to say.
This saying has always resonated, and it does. And I know that this person didn't create it, so I need to put a different perspective on it. But you can do anything, but you can't do everything. And the moment that I realized in my business that I was capable of doing anything, because I'm freaking Jaime Peca, and when I put my mind to something, I freaking blow shit up. But I can't do everything. And when I'm sorry, Heather, you have a baby there. When I realized that I could not be everything to everyone at every moment, and I couldn't do everything and be a part of all the things, my business completely changed and my outlook changed, and I was energized and I was excited again to do my business. There's going to be times in your business where you feel uninspired. It is your job as a promoter to go find some inspiration wherever that is. It is your job as a promoter, if you need help, to reach out. It is not your upline's job to be a psychic and know that you're struggling in X, Y, and Z. It is not your job as a promoter to complain every day in your upline's inbox, but not be coachable into how you're going to pivot in your business and apply those principles. It is your job to run your business like an entrepreneur that you are. And if you guys decide that on June 2nd, you're about to open your paychecks and it's not where you need it to be, because for a lot of us, this is going to be one of the biggest paychecks that we've ever had in 3.5 years for myself personally. If your business is not where it needs to be, then you need to be coachable, dig in and understand why it's not where it needs to be. And I know for myself and a lot of us 80 and 200Ks, we have a chat. We ourselves are setting some high bars to our personal volume. We are trying to beat, I mean, we got some girls that are doing like 10K in personal volume. Like that's just hella crazy. It's usually the Canadians or the Calasians, but we can compete. Or no, actually, who else was it?
Listen, and Hannah Burkhart and Cindy Gerhart, let me tell you, they have been on a personal mission and both have had over 6,000 in PV the past 2 months. You guys, they literally were not even 4K 2 months ago. And they had somebody join their business, come in like a wildfire. And then guess what, guys? Last month, Hannah finished off at 27,000. That girl that came in like a wildfire literally only had 300 in volume last month. And Cindy the same.
You did nothing to change your business with the people that are a part of it, other than be responsible, but for what your own personal volume will be for June. And you teach that to the people in your organization that this month we're on a mission. We're all going to hit X, Y, and Z amount for personal volume. Watch your paychecks explode. If you only work in your VIPs and your personal volume, your paychecks will explode. So it's 12:59, you guys. Amanda and I could chat your ear off all day.
That is, I was going to say, you literally, I think with that said, you just left people with the golden nugget of a successful month. If they get focused in on their own personal volume, their own personal growth, and their VIPs and the people there, like their business is going to change. You can't make other people work, but the ones that do work, you can guide them and show them, and you guys can work with each other to, have an explosive month. So Jaime, I love you. I have seen so much tremendous growth in you, and I'm so honored to be your friend. And, I can't wait till the borders open up, because I'm coming to get on that water with you, girl. Sure I am. I'm just going to sneak in and be like, show up. So everybody have a good day. Go enjoy those paychecks, and don't forget to post, guys. Don't forget to post. Like even something simple today. If you're able to, go buy plants or something, I don't know, whatever, post something. It doesn't have to be big, be relatable, right? But share what it is that this is doing for you. So Jaime, thank you so much. And Danny, I think is recording, so she'll get the recording out, guys. Everybody have a good day. Bye, Jaime. Love you.